What's up, guys? Welcome back to the driveway. I've got a few extra minutes this evening, so I figured I'd come out and shoot the shit with you guys. And I do have a video request from a subscriber. I'm going to answer that in this video, but I'm also going to sit out here and shoot the shit with you guys for a little bit. Now, the video request was, he wanted me to do a video on the reasons why women lose interest. And, like I said, I'll get into that, but there's a bigger issue, and I think a lot of red pillars, a lot of guys in the manosphere, a lot of, different various YouTubers out there, they leave one really critical factor out of all this dating stuff. And, there's one general rule that all of you guys should follow at all times, and this holds true whether you're on a first date, whether you're on a one-night stand, whether you're in a long-term relationship, maybe you're in a marriage, maybe you're with a woman who's mothering your children. No matter what stage of your dating life you're in, you should be enjoying yourself. Okay, that is the number one rule. You shouldn't be seeking approval from women. You shouldn't be trying to impress women. You shouldn't be stressing out whether or not you're living up to any sort of expectations. No, you should be having fun. You should be enjoying yourself. That's the way you're supposed to live your life. Your time on this world and on this planet is very limited, and you need to be living it to the fullest, enjoying yourself and having a good time. Now, if you're having a good time while you're living your dating life, no matter what stage of it you're in, you're doing it right. If you're not having a good time, you're doing it wrong, and you need to figure out what it is that's making you not enjoy it. Do away with that, change things up, and start enjoying it. Start doing the things that you like to do. Now, moving forward, the video request was the reason, do a video about the reasons why women lose interest. I thought it was an interesting topic, and I think it's a lot more detailed. I mean, there's a lot more details to it than just like why a woman loses interest. For example, you need to know, first of all, when a woman has a high level of interest in you, she'll put up with a lot of bullshit. She really will put up with a lot of bullshit if she has a high level of interest in you. And what I mean is, women will put up with a man who is cheating on them. They will put up with a man who is lying to them. They will put up with a man who doesn't really do anything around the house. They'll put up with some pretty extreme stuff. You can screw up, you can get arrested and go to jail, you can lose your driver's license or your car, lose your job, and she'll pick up the slack. You can break your leg and be in a wheelchair, she'll push you around. She'll put up with a lot of bullshit if she has a high level of interest in you. I know I've been in some of those situations before, and I've been with women that have put up with a high level of bullshit from me. I'm going to be honest with you. And, that's just the way it is, because women move off of instinct. Okay, they make their decisions based off of instinct. So even when you're screwing up, and she has to put up with a high level of bullshit, if her instincts tell you that it's worth it because you're just a guy who's worth it to put up with that bullshit for, she'll do it. She really will. But when a woman starts to sense that you're a guy who is not worth putting up with the bullshit for, if you're a guy who's worth, if you get caught cheating, but you're a guy who's worth giving a second chance to, for example, if you are caught cheating, but you're a guy who she determines is worth giving a second chance to, she'll do it. Or if you lose your job, but she determines that you're worth picking up the slack for and maybe paying bills and until you can get back on your feet, she'll do it. Now, what causes a woman's instincts to determine whether or not you're a guy who is worth it? Now, there's basically two different types of men in the sexual marketplace. You have certain guys who are kind of, they're weak, they're pushovers, they're weenies. Some of these guys have great careers, they make good money, they are almost submissive, though, when it comes to sexual dynamics. So women will spot guys like this and they'll say, well, this is the kind of guy I can be in a long-term relationship with. You know, he's a decent guy, he'll probably be a decent father, a decent provider, and all of that stuff. But eventually she'll start to realize that he has no backbone. Now, what I mean by having backbone is standing up for what you believe in, commanding respect, you know, standing up for yourself, your loved ones, having a strong belief system, and you know, standing firm on that. And this holds true in your relationship, it holds true in the bedroom, it holds true in public when you're around other people, it holds true when you're in the workplace. You know, are you a pushover in the workplace? You know, all of this stuff, it all factors in. And typically, if you're a guy who's weak, if you're kind of a weenie, she'll walk all over you for X amount of time, but eventually her instincts are going to tell her that you're not the kind of man that, you know, satisfies her. You know, her instincts are going to say she feels incomplete. You know, maybe she'll even feel a little bit embarrassed when, you know, she's with her friends and she's talking about you. She's talking about the things you do. She's talking about the way you act, how weak you are, how you're indecisive. You know, you don't know what you want and you just aim to please other people. These are the sort of signals that women pick up on, and they start to believe that you are just basically a weak man. And that's typically when a woman will determine that you're a guy who's not really worth it. Even if you have a great career, even if you do everything right, you never cheat on her, you're always on time, you always do what she asks, you know, you always do your best to provide for her in any way imaginable, you're a great parent, all of that stuff. You know, if she determines that, you know, if her instincts tell her that you're weak, you're soft, you're not the kind of man that she needs in her life to satisfy her, eventually she will start to seek other men who are more of the sledgehammer kind of guy. You know, a guy that stands firm, he has backbone, he stands on his beliefs. You know, they'll start with physical appearance and things like that. Women can pretty much determine a guy who's, you know, a booty call kind of guy, the kind of guy that can lay pipe. He's probably packing. He'll probably give it to her rough, and he probably won't even talk to her afterwards, you know. But she'll pick up on guys like that as, you know, she'll get the signal that these are strong men. Now, some of these guys are pieces of shit. Some of them are assholes. But, you know, like the saying goes, nice guys finish last. When she picks up on the signals and she realizes that, you know, guys like that satisfy her a little bit more than guys like, you know, the weak guy that she's with, that's when she'll start to sample these other guys. And like I said, she probably won't be able to lock the first guy in or the second guy in, but eventually she's going to find that, you know, strong man with backbone that really gives it to her the way she wants it. And, you know, you're going to be nothing more than a memory, you know. She'll move on. And it's sad, but it's true. Now, none of this stuff is 100% going to hold true all of the time. You know, there are beta females out there that don't know how to handle a sledgehammer. You know, they don't know what to do when they're in the presence of a man like that. So, you know, there are some women out there that would probably prefer a weak man. So this stuff is always subjective, but typically when a woman loses interest, that's the reason why. Now, I hope this video was somewhat informative. If you find yourself in a situation where you think maybe you are being kind of a weak, weenie kind of guy, you know, watch this video. Maybe evaluate the way your behaviors are, and, you know, maybe change them a little bit, grow a little bit of backbone, start standing up for yourself. These are easy adjustments that you can make, and you can improve your life to gain and command respect from others, particularly women. But this should also carry over in your life in public and in the workplace and all areas. Like I said, I hope this video was somewhat informative. If you got something out of this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned. On Friday evenings, I typically do live streams with other YouTubers who are popular and interesting. And on Saturdays or Sundays, I put off these little one-off videos where I sit out here and I shoot the shit with you. Now, I understand a lot of you guys out there were raised by computers and your phones and your iPads. Your entertainment came from video games, and your education came from YouTube and all sorts of stuff. And you know, I do my best to try to provide an experience here where, you know, I just get to shoot the shit with you and, you know, maybe be a big brother to some of you guys and try to steer you in the right direction. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all I got for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.
Brand new banger.
Are you ready? Ready for LFA? You ready for LFA? Ready for LFA?